the Right Honorable Speaker of the Nairobi City County Assembly, the Deputy Speaker, the Nairobi County Assembly leadership, honorable members of County Assembly, distinguished guests in the gallery, and I'm very happy to see the Chairman of the Revenue Authority of Nairobi, the Chairman of Nairobi Water Company, amongst others. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, when I took office 19 months ago, the hopes and dreams Nairobians had shared with me on the campaign were uppermost in my mind. Wherever we went, we met men and women of energy, innovation, and ambition. They were ready to work, but they were also tired of the inequality, the squalor, and the misgovernance of the past. They wanted a fresh start for the city. They sent me here to make that fresh start. They sent you here to make that fresh start. I knew it would not be easy or simple. We would need radical change in our institutions, in our habits of governance, and in our relations with colleagues and friends from the national government, from other counties, to our development partners. But the people of Nairobi sent me here to bring that change. They trusted us, they trusted you, they trusted me, and I am not going to let them down. And that is why we have set our plans to bring order, dignity, hope, and opportunity to Nairobians. And that is why I am here today to hold myself accountable before you to the promises that I made. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, in doing so, I fulfill in your presence and in the hearing of the people of Nairobi and the people of Kenya a constitutional obligation. Authority is a trust given to us by the people of Kenya. Article 10.2 of our Constitution demands of us that we exercise that authority guided by the values of dignity, equality, justice, inclusivity, and accountability. And that we stand ready to account to the people of Kenya for our decisions when we make them. Section 32 of the County Government Act also provides that I deliver this annual State of the County address every year. I am ready to meet that obligation today, so let us begin. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable members, we took office at a time of turmoil. The pandemic had just ended. The economy was only beginning to recover. The county had huge pending bills, above 100 billion Kenya shillings. Our legal liabilities were unpredictable. Nairobians had had enough of crude partisan politics, expensive services, and streets as dirty as the city was disorderly. The administration of this county suffered because leaders were deeply divided by partisan affiliation. Honorable members, Right Honorable Speaker, I must deeply and profusely thank and congratulate the leadership of this House. The Right Honorable Speaker, Ken Okeo Gonti, CBS, incumbent. Inshallah. The Deputy Speaker, Kados. The leaders of majority and minority parties, Peter Jateso Imwatok, Anthony Bishop Kiragu Karanja, their deputies, Mheshimiwa Kaende and Mheshimiwa Waithera Chege, the whips, Moses Nyangaresi Ogeto, whom we wish speedy recovery. I had a chance to visit him and we keep talking. He is recovering very well. And we pray that God brings him back to the strength and the candor that we are used to in Moses Nyangaresi Ogeto. And of course, Mark Mugambi Masaria Ronaldo. And their deputies Joyce and Stazo Omungal. And of course, our elders, Dr. Wilfred Oloj Odalo Care, who doubles up as chair of budget, and his PhD is on a speciality. And Dr. James Maura Shege as well, who is a staunch apprentice of CARE, for helping us bridge that divide, helping us work together as one family, the Nairobi family. I want to thank you, because in the history of Nairobi County, there's not been 19 months like the one we have had since the beginning of this country. Congratulations, honorable members. I acknowledge the great work done by the Nairobi City County Assembly in its oversight, representation, and legislative roles. Members, you hold and represent the hopes and aspirations of millions of Nairobians, and you can always count on my support as you execute your mandate. In strengthening your capacity, I have signaled my support, and the cabinet of the CEC will approve the use and transfer of county land in Upper Hill for the construction of your administration block, assembly, and offices for all the members of county assembly to better serve the people of Nairobi. Honorable members, even before I took office, I felt the weight of the county's problems. Precisely because of that awareness, I was driven to hasten the implementation of changes which I believed that the county needed. Today, I'm happy to give a report card. Have we lived up to the promises and expectations we set? I believe we have. Revenue mobilization was a priority from the beginning. We could not hope to redeem our promises without significantly changing the ways that we raised our revenue. I want to recognize that members here realized its importance and have continued to work with us to bring order to Nairobi's finances. This year, we set ourselves a target of 19.9 billion of our own source revenue, informed by research which actually shows our revenue potential in the order of 60 billion shillings. In the last financial year, we managed to raise 10.6 billion, which is more than any of the last 5 years. This year, we are on course to surpass the own source revenue record set in the 2015-16 financial year of 12.2 billion. Already in the first half of the financial year 2023-24, we surpassed the last one by 1.5 billion, and the last 3 months have been exceedingly spectacular, including the record day that has been set of March 26th, where we collected 236 million shillings in one day. Looking ahead, we can see several steps, each of which will transform our revenue-raising capabilities. First, we will regularize development to correct the urban planning oversights of the past and to ease collection. We will also effect the Sectional Properties Act, the better, to allow owners of units of properties, be they apartments or offices, the opportunity to acquire title deeds for their units. This will protect property owners from the danger of losing their hard-earned assets when the leases of the mother titles expire and the reversionary interest goes to other people. I hope and I believe that I will get support from this county assembly in fast-tracking the regularization bill and all other legislation that is required to achieve this. These are among the high potential areas, in addition to expanding the base of rate payers. And by way of illustration, according to our records, we have 187,500 parcels of land in Nairobi, but only 30,000 accounts that have been paying for those titles, despite that being our largest revenue source. Together with the national government, we have actually realized 350,800 parcels that we are going to bill each individually to be able to pay their rates. A revenue system where only a few pay for the rest is not just, it is not equitable. Secondly, ladies and gentlemen, Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, we have established the Nairobi Revenue Authority, which will be responsible for revenue collection going forward. This is pursuant to legislation passed in this assembly. I am grateful to you all for appropriating the funds that allowed us to secure office space for the authority. As we speak, the fitting out of the NRA's offices at the CBK Pension Towers is in its final stages, as is the recruitment of a chief executive officer. In all, we expect to see a significant rise in revenue, as well as in the order and effectiveness of collection once the new authority is up and running. Mr. Speaker, Nairobi City County is saddled with huge outstanding liabilities or pending bills, a liability with which we will have to deal. We have started and made a lot of progress in evaluating this debt,